Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play.
So,
hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Wives.
Welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental store. I'm your host with the most late fees, Shea Baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but always rewinds. And you're listening to
Blockbuster Wives. Hello.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
That's a little sneak preview for our next episode.
That song was stuck in my head for like 10 fucking minutes, and I was saying it over and over again today.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But
if not, hello.
Yeah, wait. If not, just wait till next episode. All right, cool.
That's what we call a teaser.
Indeed. So how you guys doing? This is exciting.
We're in January, a month of transformations, a month of changes.
A month of maybe some resolutions, maybe some goals that you're kick-starting.
New year, new you, all of that good shit.
I just made a pun thinking it was about this episode, but it's actually about
Okay, you looked at me very meaningfully when you said kick, and I was like,
kick?
I don't get it, but I'm gonna just roll with it.
I know it's not this episode. Just remember all that. Flip it forward to next episode. Okay, anyways. Oh my god. My resolution is to not make puns about the next episode anymore. Anyways, but yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well and you're proud of yourselves, because no matter where you're at right now, as far as your goals, you can always just start up.
Yeah, usually I do New Year's resolutions. I have not done any this year.
Really?
No.
Yeah, you usually do.
I usually do, and I just feel like I was like, nah, I've done enough.
I've
done enough.
Listen, you have accomplished many a thing, and also you have a lot to look forward to.
Right, and like I just want to plan this wedding,
Exactly.
have a nice wedding, finish out my duties as president of this organization that I've been leading for like a year.
Fuck yeah.
So I feel like my first half of the year is stacked, and then honestly after that I'm like, I'll be fine if I don't do a goddamn thing.
Honestly, I fully understand. I'm like, in my mind, this is like the schedule for my mind. Okay, it's literally your wedding, Jamie's wedding for the like first semester, and then second semester is like, for some reason I'm just thinking our short film, and that's it.
Yes, we should. I was listening to another podcast, film review podcast, called I Saw What You Did. And they had, what is his name? Some filmmaker, TikTok star, extraordinaire guy. Mm-hmm. And he said that he was inspired by reading a book called Make Your Movie.
Make Your Movie.
And I think we should try to read this book because he says it's very inspirational. His name is Kevin James Thornton.
Well, I love Kevin James, so I imagine Kevin James Thornton will be just as cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make Your Movie.
Make Your Movie. So I feel like if we read it, we'll be inspired and fired up.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up, because yesterday I found audio from a Tyler, the Creator interview. Now, if you guys know anything about me, I fucking love Tyler, the Creator, okay? I love him as a musician, but honestly, I love his, like, personality.
Yeah, she's deep
more
in the Tyler lore.
I really am. I wrote fan fiction about Tyler.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's in this.
And he was talking about I don't even know what interview it was, but he was like on stage, and then someone like from the audience was talking to him about like being nervous to make music, and he just like went in on her, basically, not in a bad way, but he was just like, just fucking make it. What's the worst that can happen? Someone listens to it and they're like, I don't fucking like it. Okay. Like, you still know that you made something and, like, you put something out there that didn't exist before. And I was just literally, like, foaming at the mouth.
Salivating.
Oh, my God. Like, and it's just so true. And I don't know how to describe it, but it, like, also brought me back to thinking about, I'm going on a total tangent right now, but
do it.
It brought me back to, you guys know I make music. And so, like, with my first EP, I was really nervous to release it, and then I did, and that was a huge accomplishment for me. And someone from my past who I used to really admire music-wise called me, and he was telling me how disappointed he was in me. And
I'm rolling my eyes so hard.
Months before that, it would have fucking crushed me, but I was just sitting there, like, there was just this whole, like protective layer over my soul that I was just like, you can't tell me shit, because I fucking made a piece of art that wouldn't exist if it wasn't for me, and that's all the fuck I give a fuck about. Like, I do not care about your opinion at all. And like, I don't know, I guess that just like flipped a switch in my mind and my heart, and I was just like, I don't give a fuck what people think, and I just am gonna just do whatever I want creatively. Which is why I released another EP, which is why Stacy and I made
Seasons
a zine,
Volume
which
2.
is why
Go stream it.
yeah, yeah, which is why Stacy and I made a fucking zine, which is why we made a fucking, you know, like this, you know,
we're
like
creating right now.
Yeah, like anything I do, I'm like, I don't fucking care, because guess what? This wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the mind of me and the mind of whoever else is making it. In this case, it's my wife. And it's just like, fuck you. Like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. So yeah, we should make our movie. Because fuck everybody else and fuck what anyone else thinks.
Mm-hmm. We just need some cash, but that's all right.
We will maybe we should do another.
Well, and I think this book has tips on like how to do it, like
fundraise,
no money.
Yeah, Stacy and I, when we were like seriously talking about making it, we went over the budget and we're like, it won't cost that much, and then we went over the food budget.
We like intricately like. We put in like many hours
like
researching.
$700.
Yeah, and we're like, Jesus, just for the food. And then I was like, I don't even know, like, this would be like a truck's worth, like a U-Haul's worth of food. Like,
and it's for like 7 people. Like,
because keep in mind, we're going to be filming in a remote location. So this was premised on the idea of like everybody camping out, which does make it harder because you're like, we have to bring everything, like fucking Burning Man style.
Yeah. Because we have to film here, okay? We have, and you know what? Maybe we can have a whole other like bonus episode talking about our our project.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, it's we need fun. Give us some money. Okay,
it's like Shrek Fest all over again. Which, by the way, we basically distributed, I think, like 90% of our membership cards. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes.
If you haven't gotten yours, you will be getting it so soon. I promise. So sorry. Alex, I meant to give it to you when you were in town and I completely forgot. I'll mail it your way.
It's not Stacy's fault at all. We both just have like lives, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But we appreciate you so much. She did send them out. We love you very much. And you know what? A few people told me they already got theirs. So I bet most people have
They
gotten
turned out
them.
so cute, and we just love that. Like, it still blows my mind that people gave us money for us to go to Wisconsin to attend Shrek Fest. Like, wow. That is some love.
That is
some love. That is some blind faith in us.
Genuine blind faith. You guys donated money before we even went, so you didn't even know what kind of content we would provide.
Or if we would even go. Brent's been blowing my mind and telling me all these fantasy football stories where people collect the money from their friends and then just don't give it out.
What?
Isn't that nuts?
Yes.
Like, he's like, oh yeah, every guy has a story of somebody who got like burned in a fantasy football league because the person running the league just kept the money.
What?
Like, from their friends?
That is disgusting.
I know. But he's like, it's quite common. I'm like, oh. So he's like, now these apps have features where like that can't happen. So then everyone feels better about kicking in money. And I'm just like, whoa.
But it's sad because it's not just like one occasion that happens. Like I feel like I've heard about that happening too, and I'm just like, Jesus, I'm so far. But you don't think about how it's like friends, because it's friends that decide to do this together.
Yeah, it's not, most of the time you're not in a league with like complete strangers. Somebody knows somebody. It's friends of friends.
That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Well, at least you guys know that the funds that you gave us directly affected
we didn't embezzle your money.
No.
It went directly to Shrek Fest.
We're not doing any Shrek money laundering.
Mm-hmm.
It all went to plane tickets.
We drained the swamp.
We did, and it was so much fun. Bam, bam, bam.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And you know what? We do plan on doing various other activities that relate to the podcast. One of which is related to this movie that we're going to be talking about, actually, that Stacy brought up to me today, and I completely forgot we had talked about this months ago.
Yes, and that is for Princess Diaries.
Yeah, miracles happen once in a while when you believe.
Yeah, when this movie previously came up, we're like, ooh, we could do a charm school theme and go to etiquette school. And that's when you said I'd be hella good at etiquette. And
you
I was
would.
like, I don't even know what that would entail, but
You would be good at etiquette and everyone would be obsessed with you. And I feel like I would be the Chris Farley, like falling into coffee tables. And like,
I would say I'm clumsier than you are, though.
yeah, but like, I don't even know how to describe, like, we have different versions of clumsy. I feel like I'm
Shay's just waving her arms around in a circular motion.
How do I even say this properly? Okay. Stacy often jokes about how, like, when we're eating, like, for me, I make sure to be, like, so careful, like, nothing
Y'all, there's not a crumb out of place. Meanwhile, like, I cannot eat a meal and not make a fucking mess. It's impossible. And I genuinely don't understand how she does it. I'm like, where do the crumbs go? How do they not fall? When you crunch, where do they go? I don't get it.
They're hidden in my titties. They're nowhere to be found. No one will ever find them again for 1,000 years. No, but I feel like interpersonally, is that the right term? Like, I feel like I'm just more, like, unhinged.
They're like, how would you practice saying hello? Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, not like that, but just like, I feel like I have a more I don't give a fuck attitude in general, like outwardly, whereas you are more put together in that way. Where like, I was gonna say customer facing wise, but not customer facing, just like with
got a good poker face.
Yeah, you're like, you know how to be professional.
You need a poker face when you're a lawyer. You especially need a poker face when you're a criminal defense lawyer.
Period.
Because people be saying some crazy shit to you. Your clients, the judge, the other attorney, and you just have to be like, okay.
Yeah, and you know how to like handle those situations, whereas I would just go buck wild like immediately. So I don't know. I feel like
I think my favorite coping mechanism when I really have to keep it together is I just find myself blinking more rapidly. Just like, that's like, I'm just like, what's happening? Exactly. My mind's like, what the fuck did they just say? But on my face, I'm just like, blinking a lot.
That is a great fucking tactic where you're like, shut the fuck, like in Morse code, you're telling the people to shut the fuck up. That's amazing. That's a great way
it's gotta go anyway. It's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah. But anyway, I feel like in etiquette classes, Stacy would kill it. That's all I have to say.
Well, we'll see. I really would like to get enrolled in one. If you know of any, please let us know, because I don't even know like the first place to look or like how much they are or why people do them.
Yeah, I would just like to do a deep dive on it and maybe get it filmed, like like the content that we did for Shrek Fest, but have someone else film us at this etiquette class. And
all right, filmmaker friends.
Yes, you guys interested? Huh?
Let us know.
Anyway, holla at us, because we would really like to do that. And we both feel as if there's a lot of movies that entail etiquette sort of moments, soliloquies, just montages, if you will. So anyway, we didn't do the class in time for this movie, but we felt it was important to bring it up because we will do it at some point, probably within the next year or so.
But we wanted to do this movie for this theme because it is such like a big transformation movie. Yeah, it's a classic like ugly duckling turns into a princess story.
Yeah, so we thought it would fit perfectly in the theme, and we hope you guys like it. So
yeah, and I'd be really surprised if anyone listening has not seen this movie. It was amazingly successful, which I'll get into for corporate bullshit.
Do you remember, did you see it in theaters?
I must have, but I don't have any specific memories of seeing it in theaters. I think part of the issue is I had it on DVD and I watched it so many times because it was actually one of my first DVDs I got when I got my own DVD player in my room. Like I only had a few and this was one of them, so I watched it constantly.
It's definitely one of the ones that like it keeps its essence and it keeps its oomph no matter how many fucking times you watch it.
Well, it's very culty. I feel like it has like a lot of like lines that you keep going back to and like weird things that stick out and you're like, oh, there's that, which is like I think a highlight of a lot of good cult movies.
Oh yeah, and there's so many elements too. It's not, and there's a lot of character development from many characters. It's not just the main character, and also just like little pockets of like, I don't know, just like kitschy funny moments that stick.
And I was thinking about, I was like, why, like, what keeps me coming back to this movie? Why is this movie so good to me? And I think main part is like this cast is fucking an all-star cast. Everyone's killing it. Anne Hathaway's just a goddamn star.
Dude.
It's like her first, breakout role and she's amazing.
Maybe one of my favorite actors of all fucking time, including this fucking movie. Like, she's so good.
She's so good. She can do like the like wet eyes crying, or she's like doesn't let a single tear fall, but it's like, oh, like she's so great.
She's so great. And she's also really funny, really physically funny too, which I feel like is also a common theme of this month. Everyone kills it. Everyone is perfectly cast, and we'll definitely get into it, but like, holy shit, it was so fucking good. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll break it down and we can talk more about these people in
Corporate bullshit.
Some bullshit.
So Princess Diaries, it came out August 3rd, 2001.
Oof.
Pre 9/11.
Right
But
before
barely.
fucking 9/11. Yeah, barely. Maybe the closest movie we'll get.
Maybe.
I remember seeing it in theaters in Canada when I went back home with my Aunt Deb. Shout out to Aunt Deb, who's also gay as fuck.
I've met Aunt Deb. She's great. Shout outs.
Yeah, she's a sweetie pie. And afterwards, we went to Burger King and we went to Chapters, which is the Nova Scotia version of like Barnes and Noble.
Ooh, Chapters make sense.
Yeah, it's very cute. Okay, anyway, keep
It's
going.
very like on the nose.
Yeah, but it's like so cute.
That's
it's really adorable. Anyway.
So yeah, it came out August 3rd, 2001. It was directed by Gary Marshall, who had such a long career. He did pass away in 2016, so R.I.P. King.
R.I.P. Marshall.
He wrote for such shows as I Love Lucy,
Sure did.
Happy Days.
Yep.
Hello. And then outside of TV, he directed Pretty Woman, Runaway Bride, and even more recent movies like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and he was, if you guys remember, he was in Hocus Pocus with his sister, who's also a director, who directed another movie that we have reviewed. So basically,
It's all
he just
one
fits.
happy family.
Yeah, one happy Blockbuster Wives family.
And then as far as our cast, we have the incomparable Julie Andrews playing Queen Clarice Rinaldi.
Straight up gorge.
Like the embodiment of refinery.
Straight gorgy up until, like, even now, I'm, like, staring at her like, you are so fucking beautiful. It's unreal.
And the way she moves and just carries herself, her, like, posh little accent. Like, the way she says Joseph. Like, with the Z almost.
Joseph? Yeah. Ugh, love it.
And then we have Anne Hathaway, of course, as Mia Thermopolis.
Beauty.
Then we have Hector Elizondo as Joe, which Shay's face says it all. Like, almost steals the show.
He might be top 3 characters for me in that movie. And also, the more I watched him, and we could talk about this later, the more I watched him, the more I was like, do I want to be him or do I want to be inside of him? Because he has nice hands.
Question.
And he has a split between his teeth.
Oh,
which you know I like.
Yes. And he has like that weird, like, he grew up in New York, but he's got like European parents. So he has like kind of an interesting accent.
Yeah, he's just beautiful. He fits perfectly with Julie Andrews. They just really are a yin and yang. But we'll get more into that anyway.
Well, and I like watching him, and this is kind of an embarrassing fact about Brent and I. We watched Last Man Standing starring Tim Allen, like, ironically at first, and then we came to actually like the show. Because people who don't know the show think it's just like, oh, that's Tim Allen, weird conservative show. And it does have a conservative perspective. However, most of the show's lessons are him, like, not being an asshole.
Yeah.
So, like, the beginning of the show, he has, like, a dumb conservative viewpoint. And then by the end of the show, he's like, oh, wow, there's another way of looking at it. So it's actually, like, not as conservative as it's painted out to be.
That's pretty cool. Because if it was super conservative, they would never learn those lessons.
Right. And it's like he's got 3 daughters and he, like, wants them to be out in the world and have jobs and be independent and all that stuff. So it's, like, definitely a little more progressive than people give credit for. But Hector Elizondo plays his boss in the show. And so he's in it a lot. Like, he's, like, definitely co-star level. Like, some episodes are entirely about him. So I'm glad that I still get to see him in that capacity because I don't see him in many other movies.
I was going to say, I've never seen him in anything else ever.
Mm-hmm.
He's just Joe.
Joe.
Love.
Call me Joe.
Joey. No. Joe. I fucking love him. Anyway, yes. Okay.
But
so
he
him.
is Basque. And do you know about the Basques?
No.
Okay, so I don't know if this is common in other, like, Wild West states, but in Nevada, in northern Nevada in particular, it is a big deal to be Basque, which is like a region of Spain or like France. It's like it's like in the middle of France and Spain.
Oh, okay.
And people who are Basque are like very proud of their heritage. It's considered a big deal in Northern Nevada. They have like a Basque festival. You get like political points if you're Basque. Like it's like a whole thing. So that's how I knew about it. And then Last Man Standing had an episode where Hector's character is like discovering his Basque roots. And I was like, I wonder if he actually is Basque, because this is like a weird plot. And sure enough, he is.
It's between France and Spain?
Yes.
That's where Genovia is.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
I wonder if that's why they chose it.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, so if you're into Basque life, you probably already know this about Hector Elizondo, but if you don't know about Basque life or that, now you know.
Hell yeah, yeah, like they make a point to say in the movie, because obviously like Genovia doesn't actually exist, but
what?
Sorry, it's the Santa Claus effect. No, but
you gotta warn the kids.
Are you fucking serious? So we can't put the cookies and milk out? Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, there's like a newscaster that like randomly says like, and Genovia is between France and Spain. Blah, blah, blah. And they made it a point to say that so people knew like where it's supposed to be.
Maybe he suggested that.
So that's interesting. That's really cool.
Moving on in the cast, we have Heather Matarazzo as Lily Moskovitz, which Lily, she's a complicated one.
She is. I love her, but dude, like fucking shut the fuck up.
She's very teenage girly.
She is.
Very mashed potato brains.
Very angsty.
Very annoying.
Yeah, very annoying. Absolutely. Not supportive in a lot of ways, but then comes around just...
Right, and you could like understand why she's mad, but like, damn bitch, you're not dealing with it well.
You're like, fucking chill, dude, and like you're being so mean.
And then of course, Mandy Moore is in the mix.
Hell.
As Lana.
Anna Fontana. Stupid Cupid, you're a real mean guy. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway was 18 at the time.
I thought so. I was watching it and I was like, I'm pretty sure she wasn't like 15. I'm pretty sure she was like of age.
Roger Ebert said she was older, but that conflicts with what I found on Google.
Roger Ebert.
And we'll get to him in one moment, but I just want to say.
I'm worried.
This movie's 115 minutes long, kind of long for us.
Pretty long.
Longer than I thought. It doesn't feel that long, which is good.
No.
But when I was watching this, like, in a time crunch, I was like, oh, fuck.
That is, I wouldn't have expected that at all.
Right?
But you're right, because it does go by really fast. And I think it's because there's so many elements. However, I do think there are some moments that could actually
You're like,
be
get this shit out of here. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Which
I love
scenes?
everything. Like, I feel like it's too long of a scene at the very end when she's like in the car and it's raining. I feel like there's a whole lot of B-roll shots, like a lot of them, which I like about the movie, personally, but they could be fully cut out.
Yeah, there's probably like 10 full minutes of just reporters talking that you're like, this is not very helpful.
That's how I fucking know Genovia is between France and Spain. Was that necessary for me to know? No, we knew it was in Europe someplace.
Or I noticed a scene like that too when like it's after the big scandal that we'll talk about, where like Mia has the pictures taken of her. Yeah. And as she's going through the school, there's like a lot of kids commenting. And there's even a scene where like the one girl's doing a backbend and she's like,
yes,
Princess Pucker Up or something.
Yeah.
And then you watch her walk away. But then the camera cuts back to that girl. And she like stands up and like goes and stands by her friends.
Right.
I'm like, why did we have to see the aftermath of that?
That, and then there's lots of scenes of like, it shows like kids sitting on their boyfriend's laps, or like Mia riding away in a scooter, which is like, you didn't have to we know she's going home. Like, why are you just like random shit? And again, I love the B-roll shit. Like, I think it's really cool. It's a really cool way of making it feel more real, I guess. An interesting eye from the director's perspective, but definitely unnecessary. We could have cut out like maybe 20-30 minutes.
Kind of long.
Yeah.
The budget was $26 million, one of our lower budgets we've seen.
$26 million for a big production like that.
With Julie Andrews. Like, I think they lured her out of retirement, so probably a lot of that went to her.
Holy shit.
Filming in San Francisco, like,
expensive city.
Surprised.
And it's very clearly like you can tell like everywhere they filmed was
like on location. Yeah, and you have to shut down streets and like that. Ugh,
that's very fucking expensive.
Yeah, so $26 million. It boxed $165 million.
Jesus,
so huge hit.
Goddamn,
made its money back and then some.
Yeah, like 6 times.
Yeah, it was based on a book by Meg Cabot, which I've never read any of her books. I don't think.
Me neither.
I looked up her books because her name sounded familiar.
I was gonna say it does sound familiar,
but I only noticed like variations of this Princess Diaries. Like there's a lot of spinoffs.
You know they're supposed to be making a third one.
I did hear that.
And I heard, well, we don't have to get into it right now, but I
Well, we
heard that
can.
Michael is supposed to be in the third one.
Oh,
He's not in the second one at all.
You mean sideburns? Because that's what I call him.
Hot sideburns guy.
In my notes, he's
Eminem,
referred to as
dude.
sideburns.
Yeah. Put this pussy on your sideburns. Yes. He's supposed to be in the third one, which I would fucking kill for. TBH. So hot.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it got 49% by critics. Ouch.
49?
And only 68% audience.
What?
Which I find shocking.
That is vulgar. I don't like that.
But here's what I'm most excited for.
Roger Ebert?
Ebert's review.
Oh no, I'm so nervous. I'm nervous.
How many stars do you think he gave it?
2. No, 1.
Middle. 1.5. Ouch.
What?
Yeah. And then let me read you some of the stuff he wrote, because it is pretty harsh, but also funny. Like, he is funny. I'll give him that. This first one's really funny.
He's funny, but he's a fucking asshole.
Like, I'll never forget that lives on a mountain of garbage and is mean to his dog. Line
Dude,
about
that
the
shit
Grinch.
was... He's like, you want to watch this?
I'm like, oh,
He's
contraire, that
comparing
sounds
everything to
great.
blood.
Yeah.
He's just like, it's like blood.
It's like
Blah, blah,
dried
blah. I'm like,
blood.
fucking
like,
chill,
Jesus.
dog. There's not one speck of green. We're like, the Grinch is green, bitch. What are you fucking talking about? Anyway, okay.
Okay, he said,
Deep breath. Sorry, here we go.
he said, it is about a 15-year-old girl who doesn't realize she's really the Princess of Genovia, which is, quote, between France and Spain, and needs an heir for its royal bloodline if it is not to A, go out of business, or B, be taken over by an evil baron or baroness. I'm not sure which. Turns out that Mia Thermopolis, Anne Hathaway, is the daughter of the Prince of Genovia, but has never learned this fact because her mother, Helen, Caroline Goodall, wanted to lead a normal life and thus left Genovia and her husband, never told Mia about her real father, and raised her normally, you know, in a San Francisco firehouse where she slides down a pole every morning.
Oh my God.
And then he said, if this movie is determined to be so dim-witted, couldn't it at least move a little more quickly? The metronome is set too slow, as if everyone is acting and thinking in half time. I know.
Thinking in
I was
half
like, "Ooh," I was like, this
time?
movie's dumb as fuck.
Damn.
He did not like it. And the review was like long.
So he... Okay.
I only did a small portion. He rambles.
I would be so interested, no joke, after this month, you and I should go through all of his ratings and try to see, because we have different theories about Ebert, okay, and what he likes, because I personally think that a lot of, like, women-heavy movies he doesn't like.
Ooh, and I wonder if he's got a hatred for Anne Hathaway.
Maybe.
A lot of people do. I think she's unfairly maligned for, like, no reason.
I think she's fucking great. Almost in everything I've ever seen her in, I'm like, oh my God.
Because I did check Devil Wears Prada, and he gave it 2 stars.
What?
And didn't like it.
But it's so fucking good. That's like one
I
of
don't
her
like
best.
it either, but...
Wild. You don't like it either?
No.
I fucking love it.
I was so bored. I was like, I don't care what happens to any of you hoes.
That'll be a great one to
I'm so
go
busy.
over.
I'm like, cool. Anyway.
I just think it's relatable because we've all worked for stone cold cunts. So maybe that's why I love it. And also there's another makeover montage type of situation.
True.
But either way, we have theories about him because he also like randomly loves certain movies that you and I are like, what? Like
The fact that he
fucking
said The
Shrek.
Grinch is better than this movie, I was like, wow.
And he hated The Grinch.
Yeah,
He like was
exactly.
talking about how it was scary.
Exactly.
And then the fact that he loved Shrek, I mean, like, good on you. You recognize like one
True
good fucking
greatness.
movie. But like every movie we love, he fucking hates for the most part.
Yeah, he's like, I
think
Hocus
Pitch
Pocus
Perfect-
he was hating on.
Pitch Perfect he randomly liked. I think that's one of the
Oh,
ones.
I haven't seen Pitch Perfect either.
Or not Pitch Perfect, I'm sorry. Fever Pitch. My bad.
He loved Fever Pitch.
He loved Fever Pitch, and you and I are like, what?
And I was like, wait, what?
It's just like it's so random what he like. So I would really, after this month, I'm gonna do a project and see. I'm gonna see all of his ratings in one fair swoop of all the movies that we've reviewed, and then I'll kind of like see, you know, what that could possibly mean. You know,
Yes.
that'll be an interesting thing for the end of the month. But anyway,
Yeah, not a fan.
Fucking chill, Ebert.
That's corporate bullshit for you.
oh, also, I showed this to Stacy a few days ago, but I discovered that there's a fucking statue of him in a random city in Illinois, and I think Stacy and I need to go and like flip him off.
Oh, I was like, sit in his lap.
We'll sit in
and
his
then,
lap
like,
and flip him off.
We'll shake his hand and then flip him off.
Yeah, like respect, but also
Like, we
what
love
the
your reviews.
fuck?
They are funny, but wow, you do not. We are not the same.
I just don't agree. I don't agree with him on almost anything. Almost every time. Like but you know what? you and I also like love every movie. That
Yeah, we're not hard to please. We're like, it's brilliant.
Like, it's fucking amazing. Like Wait, did he rate Kung Pao? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. I think he's like, I will not.
Like, go fuck yourself.
Or was this before we started checking Roger Ebert reviews? Let me look it up. I don't think he did.
Kung Pao might be it was the only movie out of all the ones that we've watched, I want to say, that won an award for being so bad.
Yeah, it's possible.
So
I feel like there was another one, but I can't remember.
Well, we haven't talked about it yet, but Master of Disguise was one that also won that year.
Okay, I cannot wait.
Which we are fucking... Oh my God.
That would have been good for transformation.
That would have been good for this month. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Not too late. I mean, there's so many good transformation movies.
Yeah, we might have to do
We could move our next movie to an actor category.
What'd you say?
We could move the movie we were planning on doing to be an actor category, where we do a whole month of that actor.
That would, because we both love that actor so fucking much.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
We're doing Master of Disguise.
Okay, we have to do Master of Disguise because
Yes.
we love this fucking movie. I actually haven't seen it since like it came out, literally. So it'll be interesting. Okay, cool. I'm so excited to do that now.
No, he didn't review Kung Pao Under the Fist.
You know what? We talked about this before, but we have our own Roger Ebert named Chris, who maybe we should ask him to watch that movie to give us a review of
I've
it.
already seen it. I did find a review on Christian Spotlight on entertainment.com, and they reviewed Kung Pao Under the Fist, and they said it was 1 star for movie making quality. Its moral rating is very offensive. It's not. I don't even think it's very offensive.
It's how?
I know. It's like not. I mean, certainly some parts are like kind of crude, but it's like
Well,
not
yeah.
very offensive.
I'm like, okay.
It said many reputable critics, like Roger Ebert, didn't even bother giving it a review. Who can blame him?
Okay, but come on. It's so fucking good. You know what?
My
And this is-
extremely strong advice. My extremely strong advice is to skip this loser.
but it's fucking great.
Okay, anyway,
You know
back
what?
to the movie at
Don't listen to
hand.
Christian don't give
Maybe
a
we should-
fuck.com.
Oh my god, I feel like we should bookmark this and also see what Christian Answers has to say.
Actually,
about all
yeah.
these
So
films.
now, from now on, we're going to do Ebert and Christian Answers, baby.
Okay,
And on movies where Ebert doesn't rate it, we should ask Chris to do it. Okay. That's just a note that we're making for ourselves, but you guys can be privy. Okay. We should start going over the movie now.
Yes. My first note.
Yeah.
This movie is San Francisco.
Dude, yes. And there's a part where Julie Andrews' character says, like, I want to be shown San Francisco by a true San Franciscan. And you really believe it because it is so, like, deep in the heart of the fucking city. It's
Like,
so good.
Every scene is like a skyline. They
Yeah.
reference living in San Francisco all the time.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
capture the essence truly.
yes, it's like the punchline for many jokes is like, we're in San Francisco.
Yeah. And there's a lot, like, in not only this one, but the second one, if you guys haven't seen it, there's a lot of nods to, like, gay culture, which is fucking cool. And they do it in, like, a pretty chill light, which for that time, 2001, is a huge fucking deal. Especially
like
for a
School
Disney
Rock.
movie. Yeah. Like,
It's
School
like, it's not like being like, whoa, this is like a whole big plot line, but it's also like not shying away from it.
Yeah, it's like, this is chill. Let's move on because that's, like, life. Like, what? I also wrote the soundtrack in giant fucking letters.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Be like one of the most perfect soundtracks for any fucking movie ever.
Yeah, and the fun little surprise I cooked up is as I was watching the film, I wrote down all of like the iconic lines,
Yeah.
and I was wondering that if I started them, if you could finish them all.
I bet I could.
Want to try?
Yep.
Okay. Someone.
Wait, what? Someone
I'll do one more line. Someone sat.
sat?
Oh no.
Wait, no. I can do this. Wait, what part is it? The
It's at the
beginning?
very beginning.
Oh, someone sat on me again.
Yes.
Okay. Woo. I got scared for a second.
Next one. Get off.
The grass.
Emilia Minuet.
Thermopolis Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia.
Yes. Me, a princess.
Shut up.
As always.
As always, this is as good as it's gonna get.
Can I call you Joey?
No, Joe.
Yes, you're killing it. Ice.
Get me ice.
Yeah. He fixes cars.
He plays guitar and he is so
He says he fixes guitars, he plays guitar, and he can sing. He is so hot.
There you go. Yep, nailed it.
Okay. You broke my glasses.
You broke my brush.
Yes. I told you I need
an attitude adjustment.
Yes. We're almost done. Lana.
Anna and Fontana.
Yes, that one. But I was actually thinking of a certain phrase that said through a megaphone.
Oh. Lana got cone.
Lana got cone. And then this last one. Genovia.
The land I call my home. Genovia, Genovia. Will you fly your wave? Or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay, that was fun.
Oh, dang.
Those were just the ones that I was like, these phrases will live rent free in my brain forever.
Forever. Amazing. That was fucking awesome. I feel very good about myself.
You should. That was like a mini trivia embedded in here.
Honestly, you did overtime. You did double time. I also wrote her room is Hey Arnold level.
So it's like Hey Arnold status.
Yeah, it's like Hey Arnold, but even cooler somehow. Because she has the terrace. Mm-hmm. She has the pole, and then just like multiple layers, like the clouds painted. Fucking Fat Louie, who I am obsessed with. I know it's not his comedic timing.
No,
I don't know.
The kids got talent, kids.
Which I'm like, listen, Toots, you're gonna be big.
But like, go somewhere.
Every time they cut over to him, he's literally staring at the camera like, "Go fuck yourself," and it's amazing. I love him.
Very cute.
I also wrote the mom is so fucking beautiful and so fucking cool.
She's like the coolest. And something I didn't pick up before as much when I was younger is like how much the movie is trying to show you like this woman's a hippie and Mia's like a hippie child. Like
Absolutely.
She rock climbs, she has soy nuts, she doesn't like sports.
Public speaking.
Doesn't like public speaking. Yeah, like she's a total hippie.
Totally. And even the moment where her mom was like, we'll get to this later, but when her mom's like, when I was young, my mom told me not to cry, but you're hurt, so you just cry, okay?
So
I'm like,
sweet.
That is called gentle parenting, bitch.
Exactly.
Look it up. Which is a very hippie thing.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
And they have such a cute relationship. Like they're truly just friends, gabbing it up, having fun together, doing activities, doing balloon painting, which I was always wanted to do.
You and I should do that.
We should.
So we could do it.
We have the paint.
We have the paint. We have the courtyard. We don't have to even do it in your courtyard. We could do it in Hazen and Abby's courtyard because they already have paint splattered all over the fucking place. You and I should do that.
We should.
God, yes. Okay.
We could do with all yellows and blues.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, we're gonna do that. We just need some darts, which will be easy to find. Honestly, I feel like I see darts all the time at Savers.
Yeah, I feel like I do too. Watch now that we're like looking for them. Like we haven't had darts here in 35 years.
Such trash. You know what? We're gonna do it and we'll take pictures. So you guys hold us accountable because we really want to do this, and I've just always wanted to do this my whole life. So
me too. Ooh.
Okay, let's do it. Also, on TikTok recently I saw, so like their school, what is it, Grove High School, is actually someone's fucking house. Like the outside.
Excuse me.
The outside
like
of
balcony.
The balcony shit, that's someone's fucking,
and like the road going up to it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone's house.
Wow.
So
that's
like,
how they save money.
Yeah, it looks big, and it probably, I mean, it is big, but like it looks bigger than it probably actually is. Movie magic, but yeah, so like people actually aren't even allowed to go up there anymore because people are like, please fucking don't. Yeah.
And yeah, you can tell it's a very fancy school. It's like all rich kids.
Prep school, they have to wear a uniform. It's all like blue plaid, like a suit jacket with like an emblem thing on it and high socks. And honestly though, love that fucking uniform.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I kind of wish I had a uniform like that. And much like her speech in her debate class, it's like, I think there is something to like uniformity and not letting kids wear crazy shit. Unfortunately, I feel like it just shows up in the shoes and accessories.
I was gonna say even then it would be like, no matter like what they're trying to distract or what they're trying to get away from or try to avoid when they put people in the same uniform, I think no matter what, just like you said, like the
cars they drive, the shoes, the hair, the makeup, the purses.
Yeah, like the privilege is gonna show no matter what. So
But it would be kind of sick not to have to like worry about what to wear every day.
That would be sick, especially if the uniform was hot in those colors, or like our school colors, not another high school's colors, Bonanza.
Which is yellow and brown.
Dude, brown
toilets
and yellow.
It's so gross.
Who would decide on that?
know.
God knows.
I don't know.
The scat king of the fucking universe, that too. And that fucking, it's just so fugly. No offense. Okay, anyway. I will never get over it. I will never, like,
it
who
is really
fucking thought of this?
No, it's
Are
gross.
you blind, bruh?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But I'm not worried.
I'm like,
I'm fine. I'm over it.
I'm like heated, even though like I didn't even go there. Like, it's insane. Okay. Anyway, okay, debate team I wrote, because so yeah, at the beginning of the film, I guess we should like go over it. So like, yeah, so in the morning it shows her getting ready for school. She's talking to her mom. You see her driving on a scooter with her best friend Lily, who is like a little bit more alternative looking. You could tell they're kind of like not in the quote unquote in crowd. And then it shows them like different scenes at school where,
but you do get a cute little insight that like Lily is super involved in stuff and like very passionate about stuff.
Yes.
And like the principal knows who she is. She has no idea who Mia is though.
yeah, she's like Lily's friend.
Yeah, exactly. So
And
like
then-
Lily is popular, but like in a very specific way, whereas
Right.
Mia's like literally invisible.
Yeah, I would say like Lily is maybe infamous.
Yes, that would
for
be a
being
good way
so
to put
like
it. Yeah,
aggressive.
Exactly. Like she's got people know who she is.
Yeah, she's like I was watching it and I was like, you never see her not filled with rage. Like
Yeah, she's
much,
got only like 2 volumes, loud and louder.
yeah, exactly, which we love, you know, especially women. Like, fucking speak up, baby.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Say it with your fucking chest. But yeah, and then there's like various scenes of like Amelia getting literally sat on, no one knowing her name, people like running into her and not even noticing that she's there. Like, so she basically is like continuously hit with a theme of like, you're invisible, no one can see you, no one gives a fuck about you, period, which is fucked. That sucks. Then it shows a class where they're in a debate class, and one side of the room is like pro uniform and the other one is pro not uniform.
Wear whatever you want, crowd.
Wear whatever the fuck you want. And so obviously like the more popular crowd is very much like, fuck a uniform, like, oh, let's wear whatever the fuck we want all the time. You get an insight to the most popular kids, the all girl clique. That
the most popular guy is Brink. Andy Brinker.
Eric Von Detten.
Yes, I just refer to him as Brink in my notes.
Yeah, he's Brink first.
Yeah,
like he'll
there's
always be Brink.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool that he
Exactly.
plays kind of a dick in this movie. Although this time watching it, I was kind of surprised at like, he is a dick, but he's not as bad as I used to think he was, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I used to be like,
Less
he's
villainous than you
fucking
thought.
evil. But now I'm like, mashed potato brains.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of dumb and
And he just wants
tan.
attention.
And in his locker he has like yacht magazines. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. First of all, you're a fucking nerd. Second of all, you're a privileged nerd. Third of all, like, you just want attention like everybody else does.
Right. And they're all privileged. Like you can tell this is like a Richie Rich school.
Every single fucking person. Oh yeah. I mean, they're in fucking San Francisco. If you live in San Francisco, you're a millionaire, period.
Especially now.
Yeah. But even back then, but like especially now. But yeah, like these kids are fucking privileged.
Yeah, like I don't think Art Mom could afford to live in San Francisco anymore. Unless she's still getting those sweet, sweet royal checks.
Yes.
Which might be the only way she's able to do it.
Well, that's what, like, I know Mia's dad was paying for her school.
Right.
So they probably were contributing to like their lifestyle, I imagine.
But that'd be like another layer of it. Like
yeah.
all these people's parents are probably like tech psycho billionaires, and then you have Mia who's like, my mom's a painter.
Yeah, and but really it's like, my dad is a fucking prince, like,
But she doesn't know that.
but she doesn't know that, but still, like, that's the reason why anyway, so you get to the debate. Josh, who's like the most popular guy in school, aka Brink, he like gets up on his chair and he's like talking about, this is a control issue, and he's like very much like, blah, I'm like cool and I think that we should, and then Mia gets up
And it's already been established that she hates public speaking. Like
Yeah.
her mom's like, "But good luck, like here's all these tips," and she's like like she's freaking out about it.
she's like, goodbye mom, and she's like, fuck. So she gets up in front of everyone. She stands at the podium, and then it looks like she's about to get sick. She runs out of school, and then all of a sudden, she's at her fucking job. But she works at a rock climbing place, which
is
also
very cool.
So cool and so hippie.
I think that was my first portrayal of indoor rock climbing.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I was like, oh, this is cool.
For sure, me too.
No, that's a lie, because I did go to a rock climbing birthday party once.
I want to go
when I was
rock
probably
climbing
younger.
so bad.
Really?
Yeah, just for like at one of the places. I would love to do it.
I
think it'd
feel
be fun.
like, and no shade to my rock climbing friends, because I do have several. I've noticed that in the past, I'd say 5 to 10 years, it seems like rock climbing has become more of a social status.
That's true.
In the way that I think hiking was for a little while.
They're
like,
both
it was very
related.
high status, high class to be like, I like hiking. I go to national parks. Like, that's how you were like, I'm sophisticated, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a shift where it's like, oh, I'm a rock climber. Like, I'm fancy.
Absolutely.
I'm brave. I'm strong. Like, it's like a very, like, swaggy, braggy thing.
You know what else is? MMA. I feel like MMA and CrossFit are also in that bundle as well.
Yeah, and I think rock climbing's like very in vogue amongst like highly educated people. I don't know why.
True.
Whereas MMA is probably in vogue amongst a different crowd, but still like status symbols.
Very true. Okay, well then let's put it this way: like Pilates, Pilates and yoga.
Yeah.
When people go to like the classes regularly, that's also like
at gyms that cost like $200 a month.
Yeah. With like eucalyptus towels and shit, which by the way, brilliant.
We love it.
We love it. But I mean, that's a little
but it's like these like trappings of this like upper middle class life that people get into where they're like, I make this amount of money, which means I do things like rock climb,
totally,
Pilates, yoga, whatever, like all these different activities.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still want to try rock climbing only because I think since I saw it in this movie, I was like, I just want to try it one time, see what it's like. I guarantee I won't like fall in love with it. Like, it's just definitely not my steez, but it seems like something fun to try.
No, it is fun. And I say this as somebody who took an entire class in undergrad, rock climbing, to get my like physical education credit.
You did?
Yeah, because I thought it would make me get over my fear of heights.
Yeah.
It did not.
Didn't help.
In
Didn't
fact, it
make
may
it
have made it worse.
Oh no.
It did not help at all.
Because you're like, if I fall, I will break my fucking face.
They're like, no, this is dangerous. And I'm like, stop telling me that.
Like, fucking cool. Thanks. Now I'm never coming back.
And they have these things
bitch.
called auto belays. Like, belaying is what you call when you like manually like hold somebody's entire weight with a series of levers, which is like dangerous. But they have one where it's just a machine automatically that does it. But to use this machine, you have to just like leap off of the wall and like you free fall for a second before the machine like catches up. And it is truly terrifying.
Okay, you know what? You're making me reconsider things because as a fat person, there's things that I'm just afraid to do. Like, even now, there's certain like roller coasters and rides that like I'm not gonna fucking do, period, because I need to make sure I'm secure.
Well, I think you could do it, but you would definitely want to have an experienced belayer. Like, do not go with a fucking amateur. Because it isn't so much about the weights, like, that is important, but there's, like, where you're standing is important. Like, how much slack you have in the rope is important. Mm-hmm. And, like, if you have an amateur and they fuck it up, like, if someone's lighter than you, you can, like, kind of compensate for it.
Yeah.
And have shitty form, it'll be okay. But if you're belaying someone heavier than you, then like, you really need to be like on your shit.
Well, I will be heavier than them.
Well, not necessarily. But there's like they can like hook into the ground. Like there's things that people do to do it. But or you can use the auto belayer. But I'm telling you, it's terrifying. No. It's terrifying because you just trust that this like machine is gonna not let you fall to your death.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh no, I didn't mean to talk.
No, you're not.
And
you're
honestly,
not.
what I liked better was what they call bouldering, which is where you don't have any belaying you. You're not wearing a harness, and you're literally just like climbing around like very low to the ground.
That's kind of what I was like thinking it was. Because I'm not really interested in heights either. Heights freak me out. And
We're
actually,
not meant to be up there.
No, heights actually. When I realized I was afraid of heights was when I went up on the stratosphere and I did that like fucking ride shit. That like
I wouldn't do it.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's this hotel called the Stratosphere, which at some point was the tallest hotel, right? Like. At some point, it was the tallest hotel, I believe. And there's a ride at the very fucking tip top of it where it's like one of those like, whoa, it brings you up and then it brings you all the way down, then brings you all the way up, and you're literally seeing the entire city. The wind is blowing. Like, it is so fucking scary. And there's multiple rides up there. I did that one, and I did this one, which it's like this teeter-totter thing, but it like slides you off of the fucking edge and then brings you back. Dude, I almost like, I wanted to die. I was like, this is it.
Even when people post like videos of them on top of high things, like my skin crawls.
No, I'm feeling like
such
nauseous.
A visceral reaction. I'm like, no.
No, it's not good.
It's not okay. We're not meant to. We don't have wings.
And
We
you
ain't
know
supposed
what?
to be up there.
I went to Six Flags one time. I worked at a high school, and I was a chaperone for the seniors, like just like a senior trip there, and I had to ride a bunch of rides by myself because I wasn't like homies with the teachers. Obviously, I'm not going to hang out with the kids. So like I kind of like went on rides by myself.
Which could be kind of fun.
It sounds like it would be. However, it was, I was like, I hate every second of this. It sucked. And I think it's because, you know, Six Flags is known for having like the tallest roller coasters and the this and that. And like,
very intense.
I realized like, dude, this isn't fun for me. And I don't care if that makes me sound not fun. I'm fucking fun as fuck. Okay. I am an amusement park. Okay. But I do not like giant roller coasters that like flip you upside down 7,000 times and you're going like 17,000 miles an hour. Like, that does not, and that's accurate.
That's around.
That is exactly. I'm rounding up, but that's like an approximate. That's approximately.
Just people like.
That's how it feels though, and that's why I'm like, I know, like it's cute. It's cuter, right? To be like, I love roller coasters. I love a thrill, but I'm just like,
that's how I feel about rock climbing. I'm like, yeah, it's real cute that you're like, I'm so strong that I could climb a mountain with no ropes. Like, fucking cool.
Like, okay. No,
don't
and that's
do it.
like,
just don't do it though.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. And for me, I'm like, I know it sounds cute because I used to be one of those people. Okay. That was just like, I love being spontaneous and I love being,
and I'm tough.
Danger is my middle name next to cunt. And now I'm just like, no, like
I love my life.
Yeah, like I actually do
I
value
choose life.
my fucking life, dude. And like, good on you. Like, I think that's so fucking cool when people love, you know, being threatened by death like all the time for fun and paying like $200 for that experience. But for me, I'm like, no thanks. I also don't like haunted houses either. Can't do it. And to me, it's like, it's not like you pay what, like $50?
Some of them are, like way too much money
to be in like a simulation of like gonna be murdered. Like that doesn't sound fun to me. I'm sorry.
Right.
So anyway, my whole point is, wait, why were we talking?
What is my point? This all started because I brought up rock climbing as a status symbol, which again, I have many friends who rock climb, and I'm just like, I do it because I truly love it. And I'm like, you probably do love it, but also, would you be doing it if it wasn't considered fancy pants? I don't know.
I also have never liked hiking. All right. So anyway.
Anyways, next.
Julie
Andrews is an icon.
Dude.
That's all I wrote.
Next on the list. No, Julie Andrews is a fucking icon. She's so fucking rad.
Then we have the neighbor who's named Mr. Robitussin for some reason.
Dude, he is so iconic too.
He is, but I'm just like, what? Who hurt you? By the way, we are like almost at an hour.
Oh my god.
So we really gotta
let's beat this up. Okay, so I wrote the Genovian so basically, Mia is told by her mom at the rock climbing place where she works at. They're having a conversation. Her mom's like, yo, your grandmother wants to meet for tea. And she's just like, what? And her mom's like, no, the live one. She's coming in from Europe and she wants to meet you for tea. Mia's like, I haven't talked to her in 15 fucking years. Why does she all of a sudden want to meet me?
Fuck this rich old lady.
Yeah, like, fuck this bitch. And then her mom's like, just meet her. Okay. And so she gets an address to go to this, like, place after school, which turns out to be a consulate for Genovia, but she doesn't know that. So it looks like just, like, a really fancy, like, apartment complex, essentially, or, like, hotel. And so she goes in, and everyone knows who she is, and she, like, has to go through security and all this shit. Anyways, then her grandmother comes down. It's Julie fucking Andrews, and she looks hella fancy and so cool. And long story short, they have tea, and Julie Andrews tells her, hey, you're a princess. Hee hee.
Princess of
Genovia. And she's like, I'm a princess, shut up. And then there's like a whole thing. And her grandmother basically tells her, your father died 2 months ago. She doesn't say that, but he died 2 months ago.
We find that out later because Lily, being the insensitive little asshole, she is like, your dad died 2 months ago. Get over it. You didn't even know him, which is so rude.
I'm like, Lily, shut the fuck up.
So dumb.
So mean. But yeah, so you've basically, it's like her dad died 2 months ago and he was the heir to the throne. But now, since he died,
there is no heir, which
there's
is
no heir.
Problemo.
As
Roger Ebert alluded to, we're not sure why this is such a problem, but it is because the barons might get it.
And you know what? I get where Ebert is coming from because I never thought about it before. But in this conversation, she does say, or not in this conversation, it's a conversation she has with Mia's mom. But she says, like, Genovia will cease to exist as we know it. But then later they're talking about, like, the Baron and Baroness getting control of the country. So,
but they also have a prime minister.
Yeah,
so it's like how much fucking authority does this royal line even have?
I don't know. It's like it is very confusing. I will give Ebert that.
Yeah, we'll give you that, Ebert. It's very like, I don't know what the stakes are because they don't really make sense. But.
Right. And I didn't think about it until you read his review, and I was like, huh. Yeah, she does say, like, it will cease to exist.
Yeah, like, what does that mean?
It'll still be there. Exactly. And there's a prime minister, and there's a baron and baroness. So, like, what are you talking? Maybe she means, like, their royal family will be.
It's a little egocentric.
Yeah.
If my family's blood isn't sitting their asses in a royal throne, Genovia will cease to exist as we know it.
Cease to
like
fucking
chill, girl.
Exist? Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so Mia basically runs away. She's like,
how about no, Scott?
Okay. She runs home, and then that's when you get introduced to Joe. Sweet, sweet Joe. And you find out that he's basically like, he's security, right? Like,
yeah, he's like the head of, I think they might call him like head attaché or something. I don't know. He's basically though, like, he's by the royal family at all times, driving it, making sure they're safe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I think he's mostly there for Julie Andrews, who's the queen. You find out she's the queen. But she basically says, like, I'm handing you over to Mia now. So you, like, your job now is to just take care of Mia. Be there with her at all times, drive her places, make sure she's okay. The child needs protection. So Mia runs home, and then there's like a conversation she's having with her mom where she's just like, what the fuck? For 15 years I've been nobody, and now I'm a fucking princess and I'm expected to run a fucking country, and like that's really unfair of me. Like, why would you do that? And the mom kind of explains, like, I was young when I met your father, I got pregnant, I didn't want to be Mrs.
The waving and the bowing and the scraping, I was scared.
Yeah, well, living with a mother who lies to me for 15 years scares me. Which honestly, fair. Like, that would
I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, like, and I was thinking about it. I was like, why would, like, I know I would be pissed, but why exactly would I be pissed? And I guess the conclusion I came to was I wouldn't be pissed exactly for the same reasons as her, like, just like the lying in general. I would be fucking mad that I didn't have a relationship with my father just because
they wanted me to have a normal life.
Right. It's like, how about I could have had like a relatively normal life if I knew my fucking dad my whole life? Like, but
I think it is hard. Like, wow, Mom, I really thought we were close and could talk about anything. But yeah, you kept my father from me.
Totally, which is huge.
We never talked about it.
Yeah, and basically I thought for 15 years that he was like kind of a fucking loser.
Yeah, who just sent me expensive gifts.
Yeah, and who like never talked to me except for like a letter on my birthday every year. And like my that whole side of the family just never talked to me.
And he was like okay with that?
Yeah, like I just felt abandoned by half of my family my whole life. Exactly. And I completely relied on you, and now I have fucking issues because like that would be really fucked up. So yeah, I guess she like goes to bed. She has a conversation with her mom, whatever. The next morning, I think, is when the queen comes.
Yeah, and they like talk it out again. And I will say that the mom provides an excellent model of mediation. She's like mirroring what people are saying. She's transmitting the message. And then at the end, she's like, all right, what I'm hearing is this is the agreement. Is everyone good with the agreement? We're all good with the agreement. Thank you. And I was like, that is A+ in mediation.
Yeah, she was fucking awesome.
She would have been a great peer mediator.
Yes, she would have. Unlike some people who are in it for the red vines and the power. All right. Moving right along. No, but yeah, she actually was fucking great. I love her role. I think she's such a good mom. She's such a sweetie pie. So yeah, she just provides a very like, okay, so you'll agree to go to princess lessons until the Genovian Independence Day ball. And then you'll make your decision whether or not you want to be a princess, but you cannot say shit until the fucking ball. Is that understood? And she's like, duh. And it's hilarious. So anyway, she starts going to princess lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And princess lessons are where the etiquette come in. You know, she's like tied to a chair with a Hermes scarf, as she said. It's an Hermes scarf. And she's learning how to wave to people, how to speak publicly, how to walk, how to talk. And she also gets a makeover. But
yeah, and in the meantime, you get introduced to the other love interest. Sideburns, as I like to call him.
Yes.
Because Mia's car keeps breaking down. She doesn't have money to fix it. And he is at the repair shop. He's also Lily's brother. So you get the sense that like there's a little something there because he offers to fix her car for free. Ooh, I'll do some labor free. Which is another iconic
sweet
line.
on her. Mm-hmm. And he's like, she's my sister's best friend. And he's like, that's the hardest place to be between friend and friendlier.
I
feel like I say that like every other fucking day. It is iconic.
So it's like Sideburns versus Brink.
Yeah.
She wants Brink, but he's a dick. Sideburns is much nicer, but they're like awkward and shy, and they feel like there's this barrier because of Lily, who is a cunt sandwich most of the film.
She really is. Like, and that's like where my mind was like really turned watching it this time, which is funny because I feel like I watch it at some point every year. But I was like, dude, honestly, like Lily is kind of more of a villain than fucking Brink is, low-key, because she's so mean. Like, so mean. It says like unforgivable fucking things. Stuff. Horrible shit to her. Like, just very conniving and very mean.
Speaking of which, so Mia gets this big transformation where Paolo like makes her hair smooth, essentially is the main part of the the transformation is really smoothing her hair out, waxing her eyebrows,
fucking waxing
and like a touch of lip gloss, no more glasses, and they're like, oh my god, she's a model.
Yeah, it's as usual with these montages, they really don't do much to like quote unquote fix.
Yeah, like she was a fucking knockout the whole time.
Oh yeah, with her giant curly gorgeous fucking Jamie hair.
Exactly. So it's like she's like, oh, we've straightened it and everything's great.
I'm like, fuck off. Oh my god, these Eurocentric beauty standards can get the fuck out of here. She does look beautiful either way, but I'm just like, bruh, come on. So anyway, she gets this transformation. Next day, she's going to school. Her hair is all like flowy and just gorgy, straight, whatever. She opens up the limo door because she's picking up Lily and Sideburns, and Sideburns is like, whoa. And Lily looks at her and goes, who ruined you?
She goes, you look so ridiculous, you should sue. I'm like, you are so fucking mean.
And she in the limo is talking about it nonstop, and then she looks at her brother and she's like, am I right? And he's just like, no.
He's so chill.
Like, looking at the window, no. It's incredible. And then they get out of the limo. She's still going on. Mia's tearing up. Joe, who like lets her out of, his side of the car, is like, I don't know if the limo was fogging up or was someone tearing back there. And she's like, I'm fine. And he's like, okay. And then he says a fucking amazing Eleanor Roosevelt quote to her.
I do love this though, because he does not attribute it to Eleanor Roosevelt. He just says, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Yeah. And I love that she immediately was like, Eleanor Roosevelt said that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if he was gonna not at Eleanor Roosevelt or not, but I do love that she's like, we give our hoes some credit.
Yeah,
okay?
She's like, it was fucking Eleanor Roosevelt, okay?
It's like when people do joke thievery, and I'm always like, oh yeah, I know that joke. That was so and so.
Fucking.
Don't act like that's your fucking joke.
And I'm sorry, but that's always men. Men, well, pretty much always.
Women don't joke thieve.
Yeah, they're joke thieves. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but yeah, so he's like that moment always makes me like want to cry.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And he's like, yes, another special lady like yourself. And I'm just like, you're so supportive and sweet. And
yeah, but then almost immediately Mia does stick up for herself.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what, Lily? Just because your hair sucks and mine doesn't, get off of mine.
And then Michael's like, oh my God, thank you. And he just like walks away with his fucking harmonica, which by the way, I love. And I want to play more harmonica.
Fixation.
Honestly, so hot. So hot. Anyway, so she puts her hair in a hat because she's just like, I can't fucking deal. And then Lily is just like, yeah, well, you and she's just like, you're like an A crowd wannabe, and I'm taking your charm and I'm throwing it in the dirt because I can tell you're lying to me. And it's like, fucking.
And it's like, I do get your perspective. Like, it is clear she's lying to you, and that's making you feel hurt. You don't need to be such a bitch about it.
You're being like legitimately mean and like talking shit about how she looks, which is rude as fuck. Yeah. And I know it's all coming from like a place of insecurity and fear, but also
like hurt. But it's like, damn.
You could do it in a different way. You could just be like, hey, are you like, you're lying? I feel like you're lying to me, and I'm worried.
Yeah, like, what's going on? I thought we were friends, and you would tell me something, but clearly you're hiding something from me, and that hurts my feelings.
Right. But of course, when we're 15, we don't know how to say shit like that.
Just turn into a raging bitch.
We're fucking insane. All of us, okay? No one is exempt. Pussy's out, I say. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
No one is exempt. Anyways, where was I? I got lost in the
is it good
Pussy's
for
out.
her for sticking up for herself? I also have a note that I do love these. There's a lot of movies like this where they're like, this girl is a modern girl, but then they're like trying to get into a monarchy.
Right.
And it's like, monarchies are not good, bruh.
Dude, not at all. And something that I fucking love too, great point, is at the end, Julie Andrews is like, it's not about being pretty and being like marrying someone and living happily after. It is a real job. And out loud, I was like, no, the fuck,
no,
it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not.
You might be busy.
Yeah.
You might have a lot of things on your schedule.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it a fucking job.
Yeah, or she does this whole speech where she's like, your father loved Genovia. He chose Genovia over your family. And I'm like, this idea that these royal families have this innate ancestral love for their countries, it's like such bullshit.
It's such
it's like that's how they fucking justified ruling over people and exploiting them, by being like, my DNA, my very bloodline makes me love you all and want to do what's best in your interests. It's like, no, fuck all that.
Yeah,
you probably grew up spoiled as fuck. You probably don't really care about these people. 1000.
You care about the lifestyle that you want to continue living,
and you want people to think you care, because if not, they'll get their fucking pitchforks out. So you have to act like you're like, no,
I love you all, as you call them peasants.
I'm gonna give to charity. That doesn't matter because I'm so rich as fuck.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, and I'm gonna have Hermes scarves and fucking eat with like 17 different forks, and
my
you guys
1,000-year-old estate that I'll never have to give up.
Ever. Yes. And I'll never have to answer for my family, who has always been, I mean, like, let's just be fucking real, racist and problematic as fuck.
Mm-hmm. But I do love, it's like all this horrible shit about monarchies, but then they're like, modern girl, leader. And I'm like, these things do not really go together.
Yeah, like, I know it seems glamorous, but like, let's get to the reality of it. It's dog shit. And maybe in the third movie they'll talk about that. Like, maybe she'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Or she fucking dissolves the monarchy.
That
I would love she overthrows the royal family.
I will be so zorny if they do it that way.
They won't.
It's just
these cowards will not.
It's bullshit. It's bull fucking shit. No one, dude. You know what? They probably won't, because the queen just fucking died, and that's probably what made them think about like doing the movie. I bet, which is dumb as fuck. Anyway, where are we?
Take that, royal family.
Well, she tells Lily that she's a princess, and then she's like, we have to keep a secret. Don't like tell anybody. And then Lily's like, oh my god, will you go on my cable show? Because Lily's cool, and she has a cable show called Shut Up and Listen. Which is if I've never heard anything so fucking dope in my entire life. Maybe that's what we should have called our podcast. Anyway. But yeah, so anyway, she goes to school. She's made to take off her hat because Lana's a fucking cunt, and then like, no one's allowed to wear. Like, okay, what?
I know, like, fucking snitch.
Yeah, so she the worst fucking snitch of all time, takes off her hat. Hello, gorgeous. Everyone's like, oh, who wants to fit in now? And I'm like, she straightened her hair, bitch. Like, shut the fuck up.
Everyone chill.
Anyway, so then let's see, and then well, pretty soon after that, Paolo, the dude that fixed her up, quote unquote, he leaked to the press that she's a snitch. Princess. He's the biggest snitch of all. He outed her ass. He told the press that she's a princess. So one day she goes to school and everyone's there. All these news reporters, all these like fans of the monarchy of Genovia.
Yeah, and then that bitch Lana's like, yeah, I'd say that me and her are best friends.
Yeah.
Which is like,
I'm like, shut the fuck up. So then she gets like escorted in, and like they find out that it's Paolo, and it's a whole to-do. And then Lily's like, well, now that you're quote unquote out, which was another nod to, you know, the gays. She's like, will you be on my cable show this Saturday? She says yes. Then Michael asks her, Sideburns guy is like, hey, I was thinking we could like fix your car together and
you watch my band play
and he's like, we get a pizza, and she's like, with M&Ms, which I don't understand why she oh well, I guess he loves M&Ms. Maybe that's why. Anyway,
she's already made 2 commitments if you're keeping track at home.
Two separate
told
commitments.
Lily that she'd be on her cable show.
Yep.
She tells Sideburns, I'll go hang out with you and eat M&Ms and listen to your band play or whatever.
Yep. And then Brink
rears his ugly head.
his fucking fine ass head. I was so in love with him. And he's just like, hey, so like, are you going to the beach party on Saturday? And she's
Which,
like,
guys, apparently there's like school-sponsored beach parties where a school bus takes children to the beach and everyone just like parties. Which is
sounds
cool.
Fucking sick. We would have died for that when we were young. But he's like, you going to the beach party on Saturday? And she's like, and he's like, I would love for you to be there with me. So she says yes to that. Then she goes back to Sideburns and she's like, hey, so Josh Bryant, aka Brink, asked me to go to the beach party with him. So like I was thinking next week we could hang out and then I could watch your band play then. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. So he's like, fuck you.
He takes it very hard, as we'll see later.
Yeah, which like
to an extent where I was like, okay, bro.
Like it is kind of like, dude, chill.
But again, mashed potato brains
when we're young, that's like our whole world. But also, I'll say this, Sideburns, you never told her like, yo, I have a crush on you, this is a date.
That's what I mean. He was like, he was trying to be like all cash about it.
Yeah.
And then he gets like so mad.
Typical keywording guy. No, I'm just kidding. But like, dude, like just tell her like, yeah, this is a date, PS. Like, I thought we were going on a date. So, but she probably thought, oh, we're just like friends, I guess. So
I think we are somewhat skipping over, by the way, there's like an awesome dinner scene before the beach party where she has to like practice her manners and she's like super fucking clumsy and like ruins everyone's lives. But her grandma's like, it's okay.
Dude.
Which is very sweet.
The Asian dude that fucking laughs his ass off and like saves dinner. I have seen him someplace before. I can't remember where. Huh?
Did you look at IMDb?
No, but I mean, like, I saw him in real life someplace. And I know it was him. Maybe
he lives in Vegas?
I don't remember where it was. It could have been anywhere else. But I remember seeing it, and I was like, that's the fucking guy from Princess Diaries that laughs, and he saves the whole fucking dinner.
Oh, and the adorable Scottish couple. That's like, so she eats too much ice too quickly, and she gets like a little brain freeze. Then like, do whatever she's doing. And so they're like also eating too much, and they're like,
actually, I think that's the Prime Minister guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Why is he Scottish?
He's not. You're thinking, okay, so the
His
Scottish
wife is
people
Scottish.
are sitting right next to the Queen. And like the red hair is like,
no, but she says like, oh, she didn't realize it was frozen. Like she says it in like a Scottish accent.
I don't think it's Scottish. But I know what you're talking about because she does have an accent.
And she says in Scotland there's a feminist group called Tarts for Tartans, which is very Scottish.
Wait, who
I
says
think she's
that?
I think the lady. God,
I think we're thinking
I'm getting confused
because it's like the Hagrid-looking dude sitting next to her and his wife. But then next to the Queen is like the dude in the kilt and the red-haired lady, and he like gets up,
them mixed up.
And but I understand because she does sound Scottish when she's like, just do the same thing. Like she sounds, she has some sort of accent. It's not translating over well.
But they're very cute, and I really enjoy their support.
Dude, everyone at that dinner is great. Oh, I have a fun fact. So there's the Baron and the Baroness, and the Baron keeps being like, "You're much more beautiful." Like he almost sounds like Russian or some shit. Anyway, the Baroness is actually the fucking nun in the Conjuring series.
I could see that. She's kind of scary looking.
She's scary looking.
Yeah, she's scary.
Hate to say it, but she looks like my great grandmother named Kay, who I'm named out like my middle name. I'm named after her. And I remember when I was a kid, she was so nice, but she scared the shit out of me. She looked like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, that sucks.
Like she was pretty, but like I know she was
very
beautiful.
severe features.
But yeah, but when I was a kid, I was like, I hated going to see her. She scared the fuck out of me, and she like passed away when I was really young. But like I hated going to see her. And she reminds me of this lady who's beautiful. She's just like scary beautiful, like Diana Ross.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mia thinks she's blown it because she was so clumsy at this dinner. But then her grandma's super sweet the next day, and she's like, you know what? We're not doing princess lessons today. I'm going to be shown San Francisco by a true San Franciscan.
Yeah.
And then there's this adorable montage of them doing all these boardwalk games, which Shea has gone and played.
It's called, what is it called? It's Musée Mécanique. It's in French. I don't know. But it's like this fucking dope-ass arcade. And I've been there now twice.
Hell yeah.
I took photos in that photo booth.
So cool. And you had the little like arm wrestling guy and
and like the laughing clown thing that it shows.
Fuck that
like
shit.
It's so fun. It's right on the boardwalk. It's so cool. You and I need to go there. You would fucking
I would love it. I'm like, this is
it.
the spot.
And honestly, like a lot of the games in there's this place in Vegas called the Pinball Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's so fucking cool. I highly recommend it. It's now literally right on like Las Vegas Boulevard, like right by the sign. It didn't used to be, but they got a new, bigger location. It's really cool. But anyway, a lot of the games in there are the same types of games that they have at Musée Mécanique. So it's really cool.
So true. Yeah, they have like just all kinds. It's not more than just pinballs, babes.
Yeah, it's like a lot of arcade games from like the 20s on. Like it's really fucking cool.
But then as they're leaving their day of fun and frivolity, Mia wants to drive and show off her skills, but her like car's a piece of shit. So they're going up this like really, really steep hill.
Yep.
And the car gives out and rolls into a fucking trolley. And then there's a whole scene about royal privilege. Okay, because the police are threatening to fully like arrest and book Mia
downtown when she's like 15.
She got in a car accident.
Yeah.
You don't book her. Like, you guys are crazy.
No.
But then luckily, the queen is like, oh, I'll just knight you and fine gentlemen because you are the best. And they're like, okay, we'll just let her go. And I was like, wow, white/royal privilege.
1,000, all of that. White royal privilege. There you go. Dog shit. But yeah, that happens.
And then so after that, pretty much immediately is like the Saturday comes. And it's like she's got all these plans. But here's like another little plot hole. So Mia's mom and grandma are watching Lily's cable show as if they are expecting Mia to be on there. However, the mom has also just spent the whole day getting Mia ready for the beach party. And I'm like, what did you think she was going to do? Or like, why are you watching the cable show if you know she's not?
Do you think the mom was? Because I think the queen was watching, expecting Mia to be on there. But do you think?
Why else would they watch?
Maybe her mom's just like supportive of her best friend. I don't know.
But it's also kind of sad that she didn't tell her.
So
like
sad.
call in and be like, Mia went to the beach.
Dude,
stop waiting for her.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
she's literally just watching this like young girl like be like, where's my friend that you know is not there? And I'm just like, this is weird.
It's sad. And honestly, it's also like, Mia, you thought of telling Sideburns and not your best fucking friend, dog. But I will give her this. She has a lot to deal with.
It's chaotic time.
So I will give her that, but holy shit.
She also has mashed potato brains.
Such mashed potato brains, even though she's royal, actually.
But that's where I was like, okay, the mom like should be clocking this and be like, wait a second.
1,000. Like any of our moms would call and be like, hey, actually, she went to
I'm
the
so
beach.
Sorry, there must have been a mishap because she went to the beach to like do something else. But she just watches her and it's like, well, it's been an hour. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, she's been watching this for an hour.
It's fucked up. And then Jeremiah, who I love too, is just doing magic tricks the whole fucking time. It's so fun. Yes, that's right. It is the Queen of Hearts. And she's like staring at the screen. I'm like, ah.
And then later Lily's talking about her radio show when she's like changed her mind and wants me to be a princess. She goes, I just learned that my show only reaches 12 people.
I'm like, that's us. No, I'm just kidding. And then
everything goes to shit at the beach.
Okay, so what happens is she sails on fucking Josh's boat, which, by the way, Jesus Christ, you're 15 and you have a fucking boat, dog?
Rich asses.
Rich people. Anyway.
Dad probably created LinkedIn or some shit.
Yeah, fucking probably. So he like sails on this boat, which is, I think, literally called the Josh.
I did not know.
It's like painted on there. Insane. So like she goes on his boat and then like they, whatever. And as they're like getting off the boat also, Mandy Moore performs with, it's like Lana and Fontana, and they sing Stupid Cupid, which is iconic. Love that fucking
it's
song.
like, we got Mandy Moore here. We got to use those pipes.
Yeah, which totally makes sense. And then, So I guess her and Josh go to like, why are they running away?
So the helicopter shows up and
Right.
to like film her, and she's like, "Oh my god, they found me! We gotta run away!" So they run to this little like fisherman shack thing.
Yeah.
And Josh is like, "Ugh, like kind of cozy," but then her foot's stuck in a net, which she doesn't like because she wants her to be able to lift up her little foot, like make a little pop when she gets her first kiss.
Mhm.
So she's like, "No, we can't. My foot's stuck." So then they go and sit down, and then he demands a foot massage from her, which is so lame and douchey.
Insane.
And then the helicopter flies away, and so they're like, "Okay, we can go out now." But meanwhile, paparazzi is creeping up to the fisherman's shack. So when they open the door to leave, thinking the coast is clear, nah, cameras, lights, everyone dogging them. And then Josh physically restrains her from leaving and forcibly kisses her.
Which is disgusting.
Not cool. So then she pops her foot up to smack him in the head with her sandal, which I did love.
It's incredible. And then she like runs away, and then
And it gets even worse.
I know. It does
Atlanta
get
Anna Fontana bitches are like, "Oh, hi, no, don't run away in that outfit. We brought your clothes. You'll be so much warmer." And so they tell her to go into the tent, undressed, to put her clothes on. And then they lift up the tent for paparazzi, who are somehow okay with photographing a teenage girl,
like an underage fucking girl.
naked.
Yeah.
Blech.
Which is gross as fuck. But you know what? People, I'm
They would
glad
do
that
it.
they highlighted that, because that is a real plot point of actual like the royal family. Like,
Or just like any young girl, Britney
any young girl.
Spears, Christina Aguilera, Amanda Bynes.
true. But yeah. So it's like a combination platter, because she's obviously a young teen in America, but she also is royal, so it's like double whammy. So anyway, the PE teacher finally fucking shows up, and I'm like, where the fuck are
I
all the
know.
teachers at this goddamn beach party? Like, fuck y'all. So she finally shows up and runs away, and that's the part I was talking about where she's like crying in her mom's arms, and her mom's like, "You just cry, okay?" Also, something I forgot to mention, which doesn't really matter, but I thought it was cool, that I never picked up before. Mia's mom's parents had a fucking exhibition at Woodstock.
So cool.
Never picked that up until this time
Whole
watching
family
it.
of artists. And yeah, so the next morning rolls around, and the paparazzi are printing pictures suggesting that like her and Josh fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's a picture of them kissing, and then like her naked.
Yeah, and like
And
leaving
it's like
the
pool party
shack.
gets out of control. So it's like really, really bad.
It's so bad.
And
It's
so the
fucked up.
queen's like, "You know what? I take back everything I said. You're not ready to be royal, and this is too much. And like, I think you're making a good decision to not be this." And so Mia's like, "Oh my god, fucking sucks." She's heartbroken. And then Hector puts the queen in her place and is like, or Joe. I'm like calling him by his first name, like we're buddies. I'm like, "Hector."
Hector.
No, Joe's like, "You're being kind of a bitch." And she goes, "You think as a queen I was being too harsh on my potential successor?" And he goes, "No, I think as a grandmother you were a little harsh on your granddaughter."
Yeah, it's like,
And I'm
bitch, fuck
That's
you.
right. So then she's like, "Oh," thinking about it, like, whoopsie daisies.
Yeah, and during that conversation, Mia basically takes all of her grandmother's criticism, and they say like, "So you're not going to take the role as princess? Okay, cool." So then the next day, I guess, her grandmother comes to visit her because it's the day of the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And or did the Michael thing happen, or did sideburns happen before that? No. Okay, so her grandmother comes to visit her and apologizes for the way that she handled the conversation, and said like, "I think you would be a fine princess. Honestly, I think you could rule the country, now the more that I think about it." And I almost said Anne Hathaway. Mia's like, "You're an extraordinary person. I would just be so scared, blah blah blah." And then her grandmother gives her a gift for Mia's 16th birthday party, for her 16th birthday from her father, and it's a journal that she can open up with a locket that she also got at the beginning of the movie,
Which is
that-
like fucking catnip for like young girls. I feel like a journal that opens with a
straight up. I would love that shit.
Beautiful. That's what I mean. It's like pinnacle of coolness.
So anyway, so she receives that, and it's very sweet, and her grandmother's like, "I'm still expecting you at the ball tonight," and she's like, "Okay." And then her grandmother also says, "You're expected to give a speech," and she's like, "A speech?" And then her grandmother leaves, and she's like, "We're getting the fuck out of here." So she like is starting to pack up all her shit to run away, and as she does this, she realizes like, "Oh, there's a letter on the floor that Fat Louie is on top of. Let me grab it." And so she opens it up, and it's a letter from her father for her 16th birthday, and he basically is talking about courage isn't the absence of fear, but like still going along, being fearful and doing the right thing, blah, blah, blah. And she gets inspired to accept the role of
Which,
princess.
fun fact, my dad wrote me and my sister's a letter when we turned 16.
That's so sweet.
It's very cute. I still have it, of course.
Was it long?
Not super long, but very sentimental and sweet.
That is so sweet. Stacy wrote me a big letter for my 19th birthday before I moved to California. I still have it. Hee hee. Anyway, so she basically gets encouraged to become princess.
Right, she's reinvigorated. But there's a big storm rolling in.
And she doesn't have a ride because she lied to not only her grandmother, but Joe and her mom, how she was getting to this fucking ball. Because she, was just not going to go anymore. So she's like, this person's giving me a ride. Just kidding. This person's giving me a ride. You guys. So she doesn't have a ride. She's like, I guess I have to take my fucking car. It's pouring down rain. And she drives a convertible Mustang.
Yeah. And the convertible ain't working. So it's top down.
Yeah. So she starts driving. And halfway there, her car just like dies, and she's just sitting there as it rains on her,
and she goes, is this punishment for not driving with a licensed driver in the front seat?
Yeah. And she's just like crying. She's like, shit sucks. And Joe, of course,
comes to the rescue because he is the knight of the story.
He's so fucking rad. So he's kind of like her father figure, I'd say. So he comes to the rescue. She gets in the car, goes to the fucking joint, gives a speech.
Somehow she had time to send Sideburns a pizza with M&M saying sorry, to ask him to come to the ball.
I don't know how the fuck.
The timeline's not great.
Yeah, and also before this, we forgot to mention, she did like give Sideburns the final check, and she's just like, hey, I'd really like for you to go to this ball with me, even though I'm not gonna become princess. He's
like, how about you go fuck yourself?
Yeah, he just says, no, it's okay, I just consider myself royally flush. And at the time it was like, boom, baby. Now it's like, okay, what the just because you never asked her on a date, you asked her to hang out, and she literally agreed to hang out with someone else and respectfully told you you're royally flushed
and rescheduled. I said Sideburns is a little mean just because a girl didn't like him for 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's getting a little suspect, Andrew Tate sort of vibes. Not cute. So yeah, then she gives a speech where she's just like, hee hee hee, I'm princess now, hee hee, and then she changes and
and then Paolo shows up and to atone for his sins is like, I will make her beautiful for tonight.
And he does, because holy shit,
she looks so pretty. They both look stunning. Julie Andrews and her, like, oh,
dude, Julie Andrews' dress is like sexy.
It is, and like the gloves, and like she's just fucking working it. Those diamonds were real. They were on loan from like some royal family for this fucking movie.
They look real. They look amazing.
She looks stunning.
She looks so gorge. And then, so the prime minister asks Julie Andrews to dance. So like she's dancing in the middle of all this huge crowd that's like formed a circle around her, and Mia, who's just like standing there alone,
so awkward,
looking for Michael Sideburns, and he's not there. And she's like, oh no, like you can see the panic on her face. And then he parts the crowd and he has like slick
and the
hair.
Sideburns are like real popping.
They're popping.
Brent laughed out loud when he appeared on the screen.
Like, ha ha. They are, especially because his hair is all slicked back, so he doesn't look like a beetle anymore. He just looks like like a slicked back fucking beetle. So he dances with her, and somehow he like knows the choreo perfectly because Disney magic. And then he's like, let's go, and he like leads her to the fucking balcony, which I'm like, bitch, in what world would you be able to do that now? But anyway, he like leads her to this like balcony terrace shit, and I love this whole scene so much. I will never stop loving it, where he just like looks at her and he's like, why me? And she says,
because you saw me when I was invisible.
And then they kiss, and her foot pops, and it turns on this switch that turns on the fountain and the lights and all this gorgeous shit. And then they dance to Miracles Happen.
Yeah, the whole crowd is like worshiping her and like doing coordinated dances with her.
Oh, it's fucking incredible. And basically, yeah. So at the end of the movie, it's like a voiceover, and she's on a private jet to.
But real quick, you do see Julie Andrews leaving with Joe. And Brent and I talked about this too. There's like always a subplot in these movies of like the royals fucking their staff members.
Totally.
And it's like supposed to be romantic, but I'm also like, there's a large power imbalance there.
Yeah, a little power hungry. Although for some reason in this scenario, I'm like, Joe is way more powerful than all of them.
She's fucking lucky.
For some reason, I'm like, Joe is like the mafia.
Joe is the king.
He's like the mafia overlord. And like, so they're like pretty.
Like they're basically
equals.
co-equal.
No, but you're so right. I'm sure in a lot of like, I don't watch a whole lot of like royal movies like on Netflix and shit, but I imagine
we do
that big subplots
We're
are
obsessed with
about.
them.
No, and I understand, but yeah, so like they kind of walk away, and Joe kind of like signals to his staff like, "Get the fuck out of here. We need some privacy." And then there's like a voiceover where Mia's like, "Hee, and now I'm on the way to Genovia, and I'm gonna start like being here now, and I brought Fat Louie, and Lily and Michael are gonna stay with me over the summer, and everything's perfect."
Everything's wonderful.
She's writing in a diary. AKA the Princess Diary, the one she got from her dad.
Get it? Get it? Okay, it's the name of the movie.
Just like beating the shit out of you.
We're like, yes, we get it. Jesus.
Fucking get Princess Diaries,
Calm
bitch. Shut
down.
the fuck up. But yeah, so that's how the movie ends. I will forever love this movie.
Well, and did you know?
I wonder if you're bringing up the same point that I'm bringing up. I think
There's a post-credit scene.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. No, tell me.
I've seen this movie.
Yeah.
Millions of times.
I've never seen it.
Never realized there's a post-credit scene.
Oh, my God.
It is also a reference to our next movie. Because in this scene, Mia runs out to a soccer ball. What? Kicks it, misses, and that's it. Weird.
What?
Weird given what our next movie is.
That's fucking
And then I've
weird.
never seen it.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
That's
sure
the only
she's like
part of it?
clumsy. That's it. It's like 2 seconds of that, and that is it.
That is...
And I've never seen it before in my life.
That is so fucking weird. So fucking weird. I was actually going to say something that we didn't bring up is that Whitney Houston produced it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she fucking produced it.
Wow.
Which makes so much sense to me, baby. Because she was also in one of my favorite movies of all fucking time, which is Cinderella.
With Brandy?
With Brandy as Cinderella, and Whitney Houston is the fucking fairy godmother. So good. Like, so rad. Anyways, that's a whole... We need to do that. We need to do like a musical month. We need to keep that in mind. Anyway, so... It's so good. I'll forever love this movie. It's definitely one of my comfort movies. Definitely a great movie to watch. Any age, any gender, anytime, but especially while it's raining.
Yeah, or if you're going to San Fran.
Yeah, which we will at some point, and we will make sure to watch this movie and just recreate every scene from it. So, okay.
Is it time for my trivia?
Yes, the trivia questions. Okay, we went over a lot of these.
Okay.
Especially because of the quote thing.
Peasy. Oh, okay. Darn, I stole your trivia swag.
No, it's okay, my darling. Number 1. What's Mia's full name?
Okay. Mia?
Amelia?
Amelia?
Yep, you got it.
Mia Amelia
Minuet. Holiday Ubi Woody.
Rinaldi.
Yes.
Thermopolis Rinaldi. Princess of Genovia.
Gorgina. You got it. Nailed it.
Ways till Sunday.
What's the name of Lily's public access TV show?
Shut up and listen.
God, yes. What candy does Mia put on a pizza for Michael?
M&M's.
What does Mia smack Josh with when he kisses her in front of the cameras?
A chonky ass flip flop.
Gorgeous. What's Mia's cat's name?
Fat Louie.
And finally, what is Genovia's national fruit?
The pear.
Gorgeous.
There's pear jugglers. There's pears in the flower. There's pears everywhere.
Yep, you fucking nailed it, babe.
And guess what I've got?
What?
A BuzzFeed quiz of which Princess Diary character are you?
Oh, God, yes.
Finally, an on-point quiz again.
Oh, my God, I hope I'm fucking Jill. Okay.
Okay. Choose a tiara. This is a visual one. Sorry for those at home.
Oh,
They're very similar.
I'm going to choose the second one on
Top
the
right?
top. Does it say?
Top right.
Top right, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Choose an after-school activity. Model UN, cheerleading, rock climbing, band practice, radio show, or soccer?
Ugh. Two of those sound so fucking
I think I know
good.
which ones.
Which
Band
one?
practice and radio show?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with band practice, although radio show is a very close second.
Yes, we were both in broadcast journalism.
Yeah, true.
Choose something important from the movie. Her baby, the Mustang, a pizza with M&Ms, a Genovian statue, Lily's show, Fat Louie, or the paint wall.
Fat Louie.
Fat Louie. That's such a cute name.
It's so cute.
Choose a princess lesson. How to wave to your subjects. How to sit properly. How to thank someone for being here today. How to dance at a ball. How to descend a staircase.
I'll say how to dance at the ball because that was a moment when I was young and I saw it in theaters that I had never laughed harder. The bounce, bounce. Like that made me fucking cry. Mm-hmm. Okay, anyway, so I'll say that.
Choose another character from the movie. Paolo, Vice Principal Gupta, which is Sandra fucking Oh. We didn't mention that. Like, wowza.
We didn't go over that, but she's so great in that fucking movie. Okay.
Josh, Lana, Charlotte, Helen. Charlotte's like the assistant.
Right. Charlotte. I'm gonna go with Helen.
Cool.
Her mommy.
Cool mom. Choose a song from the movie. Ugh, yes. Supergirl by Crystal Harris. Little Bitty Pretty One by Aaron Carter.
Oh, R.I.P. I forgot to bring that up. I made a note about it. Such a good cover.
Miss You More by BB Mac. What Makes You Different by Backstreet Boys.
What makes you different?
Miracles Happen by Myra. Always Tomorrow, Nobody's an Angel. Stupid Cupid by Mandy Moore. Or Hold On by Bewitched, which we fucking love Bewitched.
Shit. Wait, you know what? I'm going to have to go with one. This one gets stuck in my head all the time, and I feel like I bring it up a lot for no reason, which is What Makes You Different.
Yeah.
Makes you beautiful.
Okay. Choose a flavor of ice cream to cone someone with. Lana got coned. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, mint chocolate chip, Rocky Road.
I am a big Rocky Road bitch.
Fucking Rocky Road's great.
Rocky Road is so good. It's all the different textures,
Shea?
I think. What?
You got Joe.
Oh my god. I'm so excited. I did not think I was going to get Joe. How the fuck did I get Joe?
You got Joe.
Does it have a description or no?
Yes. You are a dedicated and loyal friend. True. People know that they can always rely on you for a shoulder to cry on or a friendly ear. True. Plus, you give some excellent advice. You might not always put your feelings front and center, but deep down, you're a pretty sensitive soul.
Wow. That's like weirdly fucking accurate. What the hell?
I love it. Okay.
I can't wait to do Stacy.
Wow. This is so exciting.
What makes you different? But let me just say, all of the songs that they had on that list, oh my fucking, every single one is great.
Slaps.
Okay. Choose a tiara, my darling.
Oh, yeah. Let me see one. I also like the one you chose.
Yeah, okay.
TBH.
It's cool. It's very like celestial looking. Choose an after school activity.
Radio.
Got it. Beautiful. Choose something important from the movie. Her baby, pizza with M&Ms, Genovian statue, Lily's show, Fat Louie, or paint wall.
I'm going to do Lily's show.
Okay.
Shut up and listen. That's so funny.
It's iconic. Choose a princess lesson. How to wave to your subjects, how to sit properly, how to thank someone for being here today, how to dance at a ball, or how to descend a staircase.
I think how to thank someone for being here today.
Honestly, that one is also tied in with the how to wave to your subjects, so I don't know why those are two separate things, but I love it. Choose another character from the movie. Paolo, Vice Principal Gupta, Josh, Lana, Charlotte, or Helen.
I'm going to do Gupta.
Yeah, she's fucking sick. Choose a song from the movie. I'm Supergirl.
That one. Oh, God.
It's so good. And I'm here to save the world. And I want to know who's going to save me. Who's going to save me. When I was young, I thought that was Pink.
I did too.
Which is like very her steez. Choose a flavor of ice cream to cone someone with.
When I got coned.
Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, mint chocolate chip, or Rocky Road.
I'll do strawberry because when I got a hankering for strawberry ice cream,
it's
nothing else will do.
You got Lily, baby.
I'm Lily. I'm a cunt sandwich.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, it says, you're loud and proud about who you are. You're extremely extroverted and don't give two flying farts what others think of you. You can be opinionated, but you're also supportive.
What, me?
Passionate and a terrific friend. And
Aw.
all of that is true.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Joe and Lily.
I mean, gorgine, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I love that I got Joe. I was genuinely,
I know, you literally said, I hope I get Joe. And then when I saw it, I was like, "Ugh."
Like, I wonder what answers of mine led to that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think Rocky Road.
Maybe it was the Rocky Road. Strawberry seems very Lily for some reason. Okay, guys. Well, that was so much fun. It was a longer episode than I was expecting, but it's also...
Yeah, we're like almost at 2 hours.
Holy
No, we're like an hour and a half.
Okay. Well, it is a very... Like, it's a longer movie
Yeah.
than you're expecting. And also, we have so much to say because it is a childhood staple.
Because we're a couple of lilies and we have a lot of opinions.
Actually, yeah. I'm surprised. Like, okay, one part that I need to mention that I didn't before is... I think it was you that always compared this part of Lily to me where she's like, not you, I don't even know you.
Yes, that is something you would say.
That is not only me as a child, but it's fucking me now, bitch. That is so... There was a couple parts in the movie where I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, we're gonna know more.
Whoa. But I would say if I were to compare myself to anyone, it would be a Joe, Sideburns, and Helen baby.
Okay.
No one asked, but that's...
But
Who do you think you'd be?
Oh my god, if I had to like combine
Yep,
characters?
3 of them.
Oh god, I don't
Lily?
know.
Because she's fucking great and
Yes,
brilliant.
I think I'm both a Lily and a Mia.
I agree with that.
And then who else?
Well, maybe Helen too, because she's very much like, this is what it is. Everyone fucking chill.
Yeah. Yep. Let's go with that.
Cool. So anyway, there you go, guys. You didn't ask, but there's a little extra tidbit in there for you. A little sexy pinch.
Extra sprinkles.
Salt Bay. Sprinkle of us. Like you need more us.
Well, we love you so much. I think now we
do.
should reveal the next film.
Yeah, because we gave a lot of fucking spoilers at the
we
beginning.
did.
It is She's the Man, which genuinely we'll get into next time, but holy fucking fuck, this is one of me and Stacy's, like, honestly, if there was, again, like 3 movies to sum up maybe our sense of humor from this time, it would definitely be one of them.
Yeah, I made Brent watch it and he's like, oh, this is totally your sense of humor, like every single thing. And I was like, thank you.
It fucking is. I watched it with Jordan, who I've mentioned a couple times in the last couple episodes, and he was like, Shay, this is fucking you and Stacy. And I was like, dude, yes. It is. It definitely helped form our personalities. Anyway, we'll get into it next episode, but we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening and for continuously supporting us and just being fucking cool as fuck.
If you're listening to this, you're cool as fuck. And don't you forget it.
Don't let anyone tell you different. And if they do, give me their social security number. Holla at me. We will come after.
Rink with an ice cream cone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll call them with the Rocky Road and strawberry, bitch. Classic combo. Classic combo of the century. It looks like we're stabbing people right now, but
we're really just coning them.
Yep, this is
Conan O'Brien.
Our Conan O'Brien them with our ice cream shank. All right. Anyway.
Okay, we love you. We gotta go.
Love you so much. Bye.
Thank you to our producer Brent for his editing skills and to Grady for our delightful theme song.
If you have questions for us or would like to advertise with us, please email us at blockbusterwives@gmail.com.
And as always, please rate, subscribe, and tell all your friends about us.
We love you.